Hey, welcome back to Fabulously Curved, and stay tuned for this soft cut crease look that I am attempting to create today. This is going to be my first look like this that I'm documenting, and I've tried the look before and I've always failed at doing it, but I think this time I might do better, so stay tuned. Okay, so first to start off this look, I took my Ulta Fabulous Face Foundation Primer and I just put that all over my face. I usually just put it in the problem areas, which is my nose and on the sides of my nose, but I decided let me put it all over today. Followed by the Smashbox 24-hour Photo Finish Primer, and I put that all over my lids, like all over the area. I usually use the Urban Decay, but I feel as though for this look, the Smashbox primer is very long lasting, so I wanted to practice and try this look with that primer instead. So after going with my primer, I use Wet n Wild Color Icon Kohl Eyeliner in Simma Brown Now, and I'm using that to create the shape of the cut crease that I would like to do. And I chose to do this method instead of just starting off with the eyeshadow because I've seen a lot of people on, other bloggers on YouTube do it this way. So then I'm going in with my Ulta crease brush to blend it out a little bit, and I know it already looks horrible from the get-go, but bear with me. I'm following by my Wet n Wild palette. This one's called Naked Truth, and with the definer color, I'm using the same crease brush, and I'm trying to blend that out to get a softer, not harsh line. And bear with me again, this is the first time I'm doing this and I'm trying. Next, I'm going to go in with the Ulta Duo. It's the highlighter and the bronzer. I'm taking the bronzer side and I'm using the fluffy end of my crown brush to, I'm using the crease end of my crown brush to use as a transition color and continue to blend out the first definer color that I put on. And then I'm going to go back with the kohl liner to define, because I kind of blurred it out a little bit. Next, I'm going to go with my Pixie by Petra Duo, and I'm going to take the lighter color with my shadow side of the crown brush, and I'm going to put that all over the lid. Then I'm going to go back in again with the kohl liner so I could bring my line back because I kind of blurred it again by putting the shadow on. Next, I'm going to go with the crease color from the Naked Truth palette by the Wet n Wild, and I'm going to, put that along the line between the shadow and the cut crease. Next, I'm going to go in with my Plum Velvet palette from Lorac, the Royal palette. And I'm going to take the lightest color in the top left, which is like a nice pinkish shimmery color. Then I'm going to take my Total Face brush from e.l.f. and wipe any excess, followed by Perfect Purity Facial Solutions. I'm going to use their makeup remover towelettes to clean up any leave out. And then after this, because technically it is a makeup remover, I'm going to go back with the Ulta primer so I can, put the primer back on my face before I go with my foundation, just to fix anything that I might have wiped off. Next, I'm going to go in again with the kohl liner, and I'm going to put that as the liner on the bottom. And then I'm going to use the eyeshadow brush number 2 from Ulta to smudge that out a little bit. Then I'm going to go in with my Profusion eyeliner pencil in black, and I'm going to put that on my waterline. After that, I'm going to use my LA Colors liquid eyeliner, and this is always the hardest part no matter what I'm doing, even if I'm just not doing anything serious on a makeup day and I just want to glam up my eyes a little bit. Putting on that eyeliner is a difficult beast, but I'm getting there, so I'm happy about it. Had to take the mirror for this one. Also, can you imagine that I'm filming this entire look on my iPhone? I just got an iPhone, and you know, I kind of sort of hated it when I first got it, but now that I see what it could do, I'm like, oh, this is awesome. Don't mind me. Also, if you're wondering why I pinched my eyelashes, it's to take the excess eyeliner off, because you know, liquid eyeliner gets all over the place. So I'm going back to the other eye and doing the same thing. Hopefully it comes out even. Most likely it's not. It's not perfect. I'm not a makeup artist. I'm just somebody who likes makeup. So bear with me. And we are done. Next, I'm going to go in with my Maybelline Great Lash Mascara in the Blackest of Black. And I'm going to put that in sweeping motions, left, right, whatever, up and down, along my eyes. I do it very carefully, or as carefully as it will allow, because that's the worst part of putting makeup on. I feel like mascara, it gets like, if it's too wet, then it gets all over the place. But I'm finished. There we go. Next, I'm going to go in with my L'Oreal Paris Truer Color True Match in Cool Cocoa C8. And I'm going to dot that all over my face, you know, just on the spots where I want to spread it around. Now, normally I would use a beauty blender with this, but my beauty blender was in need of a washing. Bless me, sorry. So I'm gonna go in and use just a regular makeup sponge I bought at Ulta. And what I'm doing is I'm using the Ulta makeup setting spray. I'm spraying that on the sponge before I go you know, just beating the makeup into my face, because I don't want it to go on dry. I feel like a dry sponge usually makes for like cakey makeup. Even though I'm using a liquid makeup, I just feel like it smooths on better and it's easier to maneuver around my face if the sponge is a little bit wet. And I didn't want to use just water, because then I feel like water makes the makeup runny. So I'm gonna go in and fill in the spots that I feel as though need it. And while this is a medium to full coverage makeup, I like to put as light as I can, because I don't want it to be obvious like, oh my god, I have a face full of makeup. Even though I wasn't going out anywhere with this, I took this off as soon as I was done. But you can tell that I'm not perfect, because if you pay attention to my widow's peak where I just wiped off, I forgot to replace the makeup there, and that is really annoying me while I'm watching this and, you know, editing it for you. But there's nothing I can do about that now. Next time I just do better. I make sure to go over the darker spots of my face really good, and also spots like around my forehead and around like my temples, which have previous acne sides. Now I'm gonna go with my Wet n Wild. This is actually a coverall cream foundation, and it's in 858 tan, but I know it's a foundation, but I couldn't find my concealer, so I use that as a concealer, actually as a highlighter, to highlight, you know, under my eyes, like, you know, the triangle and the bridge of my nose and the middle of my forehead and my chin, and also my cupid's bow. Now I'm taking the other side of the just sponge, makeup sponge, and again I put some setting spray on there, and I'm just gonna blend that out as well as I can. For those makeup artists right there who might happen to watch this, I don't know, little old me, if you do pay attention, I could have did a better job in I'm blending it on my nose. The final pictures from far away it looks fine, but when you look up close, I'm very critical of myself. So when I looked up close and I see it, and I was just like, oh, I could have did my nose a little bit better. I mean, I wasn't trying to, like, you know, deeply contour or anything like that. I'm not up to there yet. I've tried doing it and I suck at it. So I'm gonna take my contour brush from Ulta, and I'm gonna go back to the Ulta Duo with the Splendor and bronzer. I'm gonna use the bronzer side, and I'm just gonna lightly contour, like, you know, my face, you know, just to warm up the hollows of my cheek and the outer perimeter of my face. Nothing too deep. We're just going for like a simple thing here. Then I'm going to go with my Luxie large angle brush, number 504, and I'm going to go with my Wet n Wild Berry Shimmer blush, and I'm going to put that on the apples of my cheek. I don't know why I blew up my face like that. I already got cheeks for days, so I didn't even need to do all that, but I'm just going to lightly dust that. Then I'm going to take the small tapered blending brush also from Luxie. This one is number 205, and I'm gonna go back to the Pixie by Petro Duo and the lighter color that I put on my lids. I'm gonna use that as a highlighter, and I'm like, yes, shine baby shine. And then I'm gonna go back with my e.l.f. brush, and I'm gonna, you know, try to blend that out a little smoothly. I was a little heavy-handed the second time around with the highlighting. Then I'm going to follow that by my Revlon Nearly Naked powder foundation. This is in 060 dark, and I'm just going to lightly dust that all over my face. Then I'm going to go with my Buxom full-on lip cream. It's a lip pumping, and it's a shiny gloss. I'm just going to put that on for a few seconds to plump up my lip. Like, how do you even say this word? Anyways, I'm going to go back with the Perfect Purity towelette, and I'm going to wipe that off, because, you know, I already have lips. I don't need to make them bigger. And then I'm going to go in with my Cherry Bomb lipstick from Wet n Wild, and I'm going to put that in the middle. And then I'm going to follow that by NYX Butter Gloss and Angel Fruitcake. And I'm trying to go for like a kind of ombre effect, but not really. I'm going to add more lipstick because I didn't like how that came out. So, you know, I want it to be like, you know, a pinkish shine. So blend that in. Squish and squish. And here is the final look. I hope you enjoyed this. Please subscribe, go to the blog, follow us on Instagram, Twitter, all that good stuff, and comment below other things you want me to see or talk about, make videos about. I'm more of a lifestyle blogger, just talking and stuff. Do you see that error on my nose? Do you see it? I see it. Anyways, thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.